It is time to move north. I love the southern region and this northern part of Aus, but today I'm going towards Namib Naukluft. When I got to the ocean near the Ludelit area, I saw that the temperature was very cool, and I thought that it was due to the ocean proximity. Then I went back to Aus, where I spent a couple of nights there, and at night the temperature got as low as 15 or 16 degrees. Aus is approximately 130 kilometers from the ocean. Now I'm about 60 or 70 kilometers north of Aus and approximately 150 kilometers from the ocean, and it's 9 o'clock in the morning and the temperature is only 18 degrees, 18 wonderful degrees. I don't know if the temperature here is always this cool, especially having in mind that I was coming from the northern part of South Africa, and there the temperature was well over 40 degrees, even 45 degrees one day. I love all those little rocky hills that you find in all southern Africa. There's no really soil, it's just the naked rock. The soil in this region seems to be the same, but it appears to have more water because there are many more trees and there are many farms here with cattle. Are you guys alright?
Yeah, it's alright.
Okay. For the first time since I left the Orange River, I can see some land that has no fence around. We are approaching one of those places that I like because those are out of their time and out of their place. This is no other than the Duwisib Castle. It's amazing to find a castle in Namibia in a medieval architectural fashion, but it is true. There's such a castle here in the middle of Namibia, and we're going to see it now. The castle is closed. I went to the office and there's nobody there. But just looking at it from outside, you realize this is a really weird place. It's built in a sort of medieval architectural style, but it has some Germanic overtones. But of course, this is the middle of Namibia. This is what you have around. And it's just amazing to find a place like this. Rising from the plains of southern Namibia, Duwisib Castle stands alone, a European dream built in the middle of the desert. Constructed in the early 1900s, it was meant to symbolize power and ambition far from home. Inside, original furniture, antique weapons, and period decorations still line the rooms, frozen in time, while the silence of the desert presses in from all sides. This place reminds me of those castles in Gondar in Ethiopia. Though those castles were really castles and this was just a house. The Namib Desert is not far from here. It is dead ahead, probably some 40 or 50 kilometers. So shortly we will start seeing the first sand dunes of the Namib Desert. Thousands of wild melons everywhere. These are the white melons of the desert. those melons that the bushmen use to drink water when they're traversing the desert. There's hundreds of them here. All of them are already dry, and you have to be careful because if you press a little, it breaks easily. And it's got some seeds inside. They look like coffee beans. They have inside lots of seeds, like those on the watermelons. Not like on the regular melons, but those on the watermelons. And here's the very first red sand dune of the Namib Desert on this road. It has the same red color of the Kalahari Desert east of Marienthal, and I love it. This is the entrance gate to the NamibRand Nature Reserve. One of the places where I really wanted to go because I couldn't come here the last 2 times that I was in Namibia. So this for me is totally new and I'm very excited to be here. Well, here's the thing. You are not allowed to drive around the NamibRand Reserve. You can only drive on established route, which is 10 kilometers in total, and the rest of the reserve. If you want to go there, you have to join one of the guided groups. So you are only allowed to drive on the southwestern side. It's 10 kilometers. There is 2 parts, which you have to cross a sand ridge. So they said you have to deflate to 1.5. And this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to do those 10 kilometers because I didn't come all the way here not to do anything. But I'm a bit disappointed because I had good plans for this reserve on the map. It's big and there's a lot of itineraries that I will not be able to do. If you join those guided groups, you cannot go with your car, of course. This is the sand ridge part. Say that the place is beautiful, but it's a shame that you can only drive this little part of the reserve. There are many hemsboks here, many. and I saw also some springboks and one zebra. And it is a beautiful place, but it's a shame because the trail is very short. It ends when you start having fun. At this point, the main road enters the NamibRand Reserve again, and you can drive through for a few kilometers.
Driving through the NamibRand Nature Reserve feels like crossing another planet. The landscape is vast and silent, a sea of sand and stone stretching endlessly to the horizon. Soft red dunes roll beside pale gravel plains, and distant mountains float in the heat haze like mirage. Out here, solitude isn't empty, it's powerful. The road winds gently through this wild, untouched space, and with every kilometer, the outside world seems to fade away. It's just me, the track ahead, and the immense stillness of the desert. NamibRand isn't a place you rush through. It's a place you feel, where time slows down, the mind quiets, and the desert shows you how small and how alive you really are.
This is a beautiful road. It goes through the desert, sand desert, and it's all you want to see when you come to NamibRand. This kind of desert, at least there's one road that you can follow because all the rest are either private roads or private property, or the road takes you to a lodge and then you cannot continue. But this one is excellent. It's almost at the end of the NamibRand road before you exit, and really enjoying it.